Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to the TerraGo Cloud Drive demo video. In today's demo, we will show you from an administrator perspective how to go and get started and start creating users for your Cloud Drive portal. So by now you should have already received your administrator credentials as well as the URL to your TerraGo Cloud Drive portal, which typically consists of your company name .drive.terrago.cloud. In today's case of the demo, our company name will be called Demo. So in the URL bar here, I'm just going to quickly enter demo.drive.terrago.cloud. This will take me to the login screen here. In the email that you received, you should have already received the username and the password. In this case, I will type those in. So for those that have the video or have the email of your credentials, you can go ahead and just copy and paste that in for the first time you're logging in. Here we are. So once you've logged in, even as an administrator, the first view you will see is basically the same Cloud Drive user interface that you would see as an end user. To get into the administrative functions of Cloud Drive, you would have to go into the upper right corner here, click on where your initials are, and then select the administration field. Once you're in the administration field, the first thing you'll see here is kind of a dashboard in terms of what your environment is doing. You'll also see that there's sort of an overall system status that's shown here. So as you can see, this is the new demos right now. There are no devices connected, but you will be able to see how much initial storage has been provided by your portal, which in this case, since we have 6 users in this demo portal, there are 6 terabytes. And you'll see that one of that has been in use already, and it's basically your administrator license. So what we'll do before we get started is we want to make sure that we can go ahead and create what we call user plans. This basically allocates how much storage an end user would get. So first, if you go in the left menu here, you can go and select the provisioning tab, and then if you unhide the provisioning area, you can click on plans. And you'll see that by default, there's already a plan created which provides the user with 1 terabyte of storage. Now, just in case you want to go and actually create a custom plan, just in case that, if you have different users, you want to allocate different amounts of storage, you can go ahead and do so by clicking on this new plan button and going through the menu. So here, Cloud Drive is already pre-selected, so you can follow up to the next screen. You can customize the retention policy in which you can retain how often your deleted files will be retained. So by default, these are set at 30 days, but you're free to increase that amount if you like. So here in the plan name, I'm just going to call this a marketing plan, which is specifically for marketing users. And in this case, you also have the option to provide a description of the area. So we'll say that this plan is for marketing users. So in this case, let's say for specific reasons, you want the marketing folk to have a little bit less storage. So let's say they only get 500 gigs per user. So you can go ahead and enter the quantity in the number of gigabytes, and then just put in 0 for the rest of the fields. Click Next. And then when you go and press Finish, you'll see that the plan for the marketing users have been created. So then now that we're all set with the plans, we can go ahead and create our first end user accounts for the folks that will be using Cloud Drive within the company. So what we can do is on the left side navigation menu, go and click on Users, and then select Users again. You'll see that by default, the admin account and all of our roles and credentials information are all selected here. So to go and create a new user, just simply click the New button. In this case, to simplify the naming convention, I'm just going to use the username as user.demo, but you're free to use any type of combination of alphanumeric characters as you see fit. Next, you'll need to put in the person's email address. So in this case, I would just use cloud.doc@terrago.ca. And for the names, I will enter user.demo. So you'll see here in this case, you can choose the function. So since we're creating an end user, we want to make sure we select the end user field. You can go ahead and create a password for that user as well. So I'm just going to go ahead here and create a custom one that I've applied already. So now that this field is entered, you would want to also make sure that you go and select in the provisioning field the appropriate amount of storage that's provided. So if I go to provisioning, I guess it doesn't like the password that I've created here. Let me see if I can use the second one. It seems to like that one. So now we can head over to provisioning. By default, they'll be assigned to the 1 terabyte plan that TerraGo has already created for you. But let's say in the case I wanted to switch to the plan that I've just created myself, let's say for marketing, I can go ahead and do so and select marketing. Okay. Just to double check, I have all the fields selected, and I can go ahead and press save. And there we are. So the user that I've just created, you see that all of the credentials are listed here, including how much storage they've been provided. And that's basically how you go about creating users on the portal. So obviously, if you have a number of users, you can go ahead and add the individuals on this one menu. And what the system will do is it'll actually send an email to that user under the email that's provided here with their username and their login credentials. Okay, so that takes us to the end of the first demonstration video. Please make sure to, if you're interested in finding out more about the TerraGo Cloud Drive, please go ahead and click on the other links to check out other demonstrations both for administrators and for end users.